So apparently, I'm live. This, of course, this one's going to be a little more toned down from last week, but I will show you my nipple piercing. I'm kidding, I didn't get a nipple piercing. It was Prince Albert instead. That's why I'm sort of bobbing a little bit. Keeps getting hooked on the underwear. So Shades is already getting relaxed for the morning. And Al, the man who never sleeps. Hey, and Jose, how you doing? I'm proud of you, man. Like, you're getting here early now. How are those discs, Jose? Are they as good as I've ever said? Hey, Rob. I don't know if you lot know this, but that thing that you do for a fist bump, because I'm on computer, so like I'm not like hitting an emoji icon. I have to type in what it is. That is actually punch. So that's why I don't know if you've seen. Sometimes I joke around and say like, oh, like, are we starting a fight? Because that is an actual punch symbol, not. Hey, Slingshot Zen. So anyone who hasn't subscribed already, I've pinned it already. So Slingshot Zen, he's just started doing videos. Is actually really good. So if you like my content on my videos, but a lot calmer, then that's Slingshot Zen. So new to slingshotting. But yeah, if you want to like check out his channel, subscribe, and then I don't know, Zen, are you looking at going live? Because you need the 50 to get to live. So if we can help brother out and get him up to that 50 so that he at least has the option. Oh, and so I am going to keep lots for the ECST, and I'm only about 20% the way through, but I'm disc rich again. So I do have a big bulk of discs. Ah, you're welcome, Zen. People help me out. Well, like when I started, there were people that were helping me out. Oh, so you type fist, Rob, on yours? Yeah, for me, like on PC, you have to type punch. So whenever I see all this stuff, it's like, oh, it looks like we're starting a fight because everyone's punching each other. And for Zach, his thing, that's actually call me. I have to write call me for that. So Rob, you write fist. Have you tried fisting? What emoji does it do then? Shades, can I repeat what I said? No, just because I can't fucking remember. It was 20 seconds ago. I could sit here silent, you rewind it, and I'll just do this until you get back. What happened to all the vaginas? Oh, the vaginas dropped down. Let me find. So last week, I'd have to go back and have a look. Apparently I killed 2 of them. But see, there is one like that. Smells a bit fishy. Have I been eating tuna? But yeah, that's all I've done. I just hot glued them on. So, alright, for you, I am going to hang the vaginas up. Smells like the Gwyneth Paltrow candle. Hey, Chad and Doggy. Have you got the new moving tattoos? I don't know what you mean by moving tattoos. Yeah, for anyone just joining, we're trying to help a brother out here. So Slingshot Zen, he's got a couple of videos up. Last time I saw he was at about 30 subs, so I've already pinned his channel. If we could help a brother out and get him up to his 50. So at very least, he's got the option to go live. But yeah, he's at 30 something, so if we can get him up there, then we're just showing him some love. Okay, I'll put the vaginas up. There you go. Oh, that one's upside down. Or is this one upside down? Have I just tied it upside? No, one of them. Scissoring! We can figure out scissoring finally! See, and I said it was going to be less energy this time. It will be, it's not going to be like... That's just my specials where I go all out. But for anyone joining, and for you, Slingshot Zen, I can put my email address up later. But like when you hear people talking about my discs, that's these. So these are hard drive discs from computers, and I send them out to people for like targets. So as you're new and around, I'll get your address somehow, and I can send you a couple to play around with. But I'm trying to build up a collection for ECST, so that I'm going to be handing them out at ECST, because let's face it, I'm not winning any trophies, so I might as well be fucking useful somehow, eh? So obviously people subscribe. If you haven't seen Slingshot Zen, so I was watching his video. Hey Z, how you doing? You're another man that never sleeps. So I was watching Slingshot Zen, and this isn't going to be a shocker to many, but he decided to shoot upright, like not gangster style, he's shooting upright. And it clicked, and it's like, I've never actually even tried that. So that's what I meant in the title of the video, because it's like, I should actually give that a go. Because I can't remember who it was, because I've been in the community, since May, June-ish last year, and someone had said, oh, just hold the frame, like, and do what comes naturally, like for the pinch or the brace and all that. And I naturally just went for gangster, and it's like, I've never actually tried. So that's what I figured I'm going to do tonight. So I'm not shooting any of my new Billy frames. So for you, Slingshot Zen, I'm a big hillbilly. That's why I've put his website down at the bottom. Hillbillyslings.com. I'm a big fan of his frames. The reason being, I love natties. And if you already know these things, but just in case, so a natty, a natural fork, so like wood. I just love that because my dad was a carpenter, I was a carpenter for a while, so I love wood, the feel of it, the smell and everything. So Hillbilly, what he does, he makes frames like this, and it'll just make it all gnarly and make it look like old. So it looks like, imagine you had like this like granddad, and he lived on a farm, and you were going out there to clear out his farm, and you went into a barn and you found a slingshot. What you've got in your head, that's what his slingshots are like. It's like really sort of old-timey kind of feel and look to them. So bias, yeah, but I am a big fan of the look and the feel of the Hillbilly frames. So if ever you're looking for something, definitely take a look at Hillbilly Slings, because yeah, big Billy fan. I think now I have every one of his frames, because I just received it. If you watch my live from last week for the Valentines, like you'll see I was unboxing all the rest of the frames, but I'm not shooting any of these because I'm going to be trying this upright, and I don't want to do fork hits and things like that. before I've actually had even a chance to play around. So, do I have my right? And for you Zen, hey, drifting. Let me just catch up. Oh, Rob, by the way, look, I'm hoping your package, you'll get yours next week. But I sent one to Leon, and I sent him oil, and his has been sitting in customs for a week now, and everyone else has got theirs from the first batch that I sent out. So I don't know if yours will get delivered, like if it's the oil or like. I've already put a ticket into Canada Post to say, can you chase this up? But so just letting you know, Rob, if it's delayed, it could be because of the oil. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But it does say yours is due to be delivered next Wednesday. I think it was the 26th, I think, something like that, 27th. So yeah, so pretty much next week. I did pronouns. Ted is a pregnant woman. Eccentric, odd, and older. You're right on shades. Doggy Bones will have card transactions. Do we bring cash? Oh, Doggy Bones, I think you're meant to be asking that in the ECST thing. But I can answer that. Apparently it's cash only. Right, so that's what I'm going for tonight. I'm going to actually, that's why I've got the paper target up, going back old school again, and I'm going to see if, does shooting upright, how is it? So I'm going to go with my trusty pulse. And I am going to do another live this weekend, and because Al, you sent me 2 frames, and one of them is a TTF, so I'm going to be banding that up and playing around with that. And I've got all those Billy frames, so I am going to do another live going through those at the weekend. But for now, and for you, Al, as well, because like as Zen has mentioned this and said doing the upright, and how you doing, LP? I need to change my gizmos for it. Oh, sorry, before I start, because I did say to Zen that I was going to mention about my life, because you said a few times about being nervous and things like that. Honestly, like, it gets better, but when I started out, I was so nervous about coming online. Whenever I'd go to turn my computer on and get ready, it was like, oh fuck, like, what am I doing? What am I thinking? But once you get into that, because you seem to have a similar thing to me, like you've got that just talking, and even though you said you don't talk to anyone, you've said that a couple of times, and I'm the same. Believe it or not, I hardly talk to people like outside. Like, I'm very much an introvert. I'm really good like in small groups, but like if I was in a nightclub or a bar, oh, I hate it. But small groups, I'm sort of fine with. But you're going to have that. It's just like a nervousness. It's going to be there. I'm sure everyone does. If you used to ask anyone who goes live, they'll probably all say it. The nerves are there. You hear about celebrities. Like I'm going on stage and they're throwing up and nervous. So it happens. You get used to it after a while. Now I look forward to it. It's not that 6:25 and thinking, oh, what the fuck have I done? It's now 6:25. It's like, okay, get things ready and let's get things going. So it does get easier. So let's take the ammo out so I don't kill my monitor or camera. So what Zen was saying is he's drawing back and he's coming to wherever his corner, his anchor point. And he's imagining 2 triangles. So you've got your first triangle like that coming down to the fork, and then he says he imagines a second triangle coming off here, and the point to it is touching the target. And he said he found it easier that way. And correct me if I'm wrong in any of this, because I am paraphrasing Zen. Yep, so right, so you're already aware of the gizmos. So I'm going to have to change those. So my anchor point is was it the Tagus, something like that, that little cartilage bit at the front of the ear. So that's always been mine for archery. But the thing that made me wonder when Zen was talking about it is when he shoots, like me and most people, I think you tilt your head to the side to line everything up, but he doesn't do that upright. Now I'm 50 this year. There's things going wrong, so my neck is like messed up. Like about 3 or 4 times a year, I get cortisone injections in the neck and things like that, just to ease off like discomfort. So that's the other attraction to this for me. It's like, because it's alright, but normally after an hour of shooting and tilting my head like that, it does crack and pop, and it's, yeah, not great. So that's why I'm intrigued. So we've got paper up, and we're going to see how this goes. Right, I don't see how. So, for anyone, Zen or anyone who's done this, because obviously the triangle is coming out from the side. So, do you offset for that? I'm looking on my phone and there's a TV 3 feet away. You might need to find an anchor point closer to the centre line of the face. So, and that makes sense. That's why I wondered, is there kind of like an offset that you do, or do you pull back to like frenulum, is it? That bit just above your mouth? Oh, and I did notice, Zen, that you've got quite a few little spiritual symbols around. Like I noticed, I can't remember the name of it, but the Viking wheel thing. And I noticed the Unk in front of your TV. Right, so you're saying bring it to the centre of my face. Okay, that went way high. Right, well I hit the paper. Hey, Knuckles! In the line exactly with your eyes. Yeah, it's weird because I'm wondering if I need shorter bands for it because of my draw. Like if I'm doing usual like this, I've only got about another inch, about 2 inches to pull, and then I'm at full draw. But when I'm just coming to here, it still feels loose. So do you get the bands, like, because obviously one like that, do you try and get them as flat as possible, like off the fork? Pantera. So yeah, I knew, I could recall the name of it. I remembered it was like a Viking symbol because it always reminded me of the Buddhist Wheel of Life. It looks a little bit kind of like that. But yeah, and then I noticed the Unk that you had right in front of your TV. Ow. One must have come back, just stepped on it. Yeah, so shooting upright will definitely shorten the draw length. Now the weird thing was I could actually see my ammo go. I've never actually seen that, but I actually saw it, that it went to the right. So is that where you go to then? Has anyone else tried this? Like actually doing it upright? Right, so because I'm pulling back and I'm coming to my nose, but as soon as I do that, I'm naturally tweaking the pouch. Like I'm exaggerating, but I come back and I'm doing this because I'm trying to pull it all the way back. So yeah, I'm wondering if there's definitely a band set change to do this properly. See, the accuracy isn't that bad. It just feels weird. But the accuracy is... Like, I was aiming for the ball and I'm way over to the right. Here, let me... I mean, it's not a great camera, but... Oh, I'm waiting on an extension cable, by the way, so probably next live, this rear camera is going to be actually in the box. Because I know I mentioned that like some videos ago. Oh, and by the way, I wish I had them down here. So, rusty balls, put them in, if you've got one, a rock tumbler. Don't put anything in there, no water, no like grit, nothing. Just put them in a rock tumbler for a week. When you pull them out, they stink. Like I think these are like got graphite or something like that in it. It's like a carbon steel kind of thing. Oh, it smells really bad, but you rinse them off and they go like nearly like brand new. Imagine like brand new, but just lost its shine. So it hasn't gone brown, but the shine isn't there. But it also made them really smooth and round. So if you've got a rock tumbler, that's the way to go. Just for a shits and giggles, let's do a... Yeah, see, that is pretty good. You can just to the left of the bullseye. Right, so I think for tonight, even though I did say, oh well, I'll do like a... For the short, I didn't realise I'd need to change bands up to a lot shorter length. I'm thinking something like that. Like that would probably do. Yeah. So yeah, there's a good like 3 inches, some 4 inches, something like that, of band that needs to go. Right, first big thumb knuckle comes... First big thumb knuckle comes right under my nostril, so let's try that. Oh, let's give that's actually not bad. That's actually I gotta say, it will still be better with shorter bands, but that actually doesn't feel too bad for an anchor point. That went high and right, so obviously I'm still offset. Which makes sense, because if my knuckles under my left nostril, my bands are like, obviously I'm exaggerating, but they're like that, so it is shooting over to the right. Reginald Fowler, wasn't Reginald Fowler, wasn't that a person in EastEnders? Hey, Mikey's here. Mikey, if you didn't see your message, I sent you a message earlier, or last night. New season of Naked and Afraid, March 9th. That is weird because I can actually see the ammo fly. I've never done that before because usually my frame is covering it up so I don't see it. But now that I'm trying to shoot that way, I can actually see it. So I think there's something to this. Tragus, that's it, Tragus. So anchoring under your nose. BP. I'll tell you what, I'm going to scribble that down on my whiteboard because I always forget that. And I think you saw it, Mikey, but I'll be sorting you out with some tea. Shades, you'll be proud of me. I'm going to sort out Mikey with some Yorkshire Gold. Oh, and Al, because you've mentioned Yorkshire Gold, have you ever had it, Al? The Yorkshire Gold tea? Because I can bring like a lot and then people can try it. Know what proper British tea tastes like. Right, I'm just going to go side on. So I have taken it on then, Zen. Yeah, shorter bands. I'm going to be cutting bands tomorrow for like all the Billy frames and that. Let's keep up with this. Ready. See, when I'm not all hyped up and nuts and on a special, I can actually keep up. Yeah, for anyone new here, just joining in, I've put Slingshot Zen's channel up at the top. If you could check it, it's up to you. Check out his channel, but we're trying to get him up. So at very least, he's got the option to go live if we can get him to 50. So he was at 33 when I last looked today. So if we can get him 17 subs, yeah, I think I'm pretty much good with this for me gangster. And if anyone's interested, the offer, so other people that joined, let me just chuck this to the side for a second. So I have been dismantling hard drives, so I am getting quite a few. I've still got these few left, so I've got quite a few hard drive discs. So I'll send out one or two if people really want, but not quite yet. I'll wait till March. But otherwise, I'm building up a collection to bring to ECST. So, if you want one and you haven't got one already, find me at ECST and I'll have them in my backpack or something. If you're thinking, well, how will I know where Paul will be? Look for all the other shooters. They'll be facing one person shouting, "Shut the fuck up, will ya?" That will be me. So Scruffy Nerd, they are not. Just give me your address, I'll send you a couple. So at all, because I've got fancy things, give me a second here. Let me just add an image. I want that one, and there you go. Does that show up nicely? Let me just jump over to the live. Yep, that's coming up. Right, so there you go. Oh, and I'll put it in the chat and then you can click on it. there you go, Reginald. If you email me and send me your address, and you too, Zen, and because like lots of people have got them, I'll send some out. Just send me your address and I'll put some in the post. Because yeah, as I say, and I still got loads more hard drives to go through yet and pull them out. But I do want to like have a batch, as I said, for ECST, so I can hand some out. I was going for the lower penis. And the other thing, like I'm doing, like I've got like these bracelets, adjustable. Actually, I should put it on because it will make life easier. And my bracelets. Actually, that's on the wrong wrist. I'll take this off and I'll sort it out another night. Because I've just put that on the wrist that I'm pulling back with, like drawing with, and I'm just going to get pissed off with it. So I'll sort that out. But I'm doing those, and I'm playing around with a few other little ideas of putting things together. So watch this space. Because I'll be doing another live, as I said, this weekend with all those other frames. But the nails look really good with the black light. So I hear that Chucking is coming now, because I thought we had work or something. So that's good, that he'll be at ECST. Sorry, Paul, I was listening to details about ET. It's alright, doggy. No one's forcing anyone. I just didn't want to change, because I keep changing, like whenever other people are live, I change it, and it's like, I'm just going to leave it as is, because there are people that, like Shades, that stays up till 1 o'clock in the morning to see, so I didn't want to change it, so. And yeah, I'm going to be watching it, what Smo says. Because I'm going to want to know. There's the one thing I want to ask. I don't know if anyone in here knows about ECST. How much walking is there? And what sort of grade it, like, is it all uphill, downhill, or things like that? I'm only wondering, because like, I am on the weight loss thing now. Oh, I've got to touch on the weight loss thing. But yeah, I overheat very quickly, so purely I'm just wondering. It's not a deal breaker. I'm not going to, oh well, I'm not going to go then. Like, I just want to know, like, is it all uphill, or is it pretty flat there, or what's the deal? See, I am at 95. It's... I tell you what, it would be nice to meet Mr. Z, or unless Mr. Z, like, we should measure our hands, like, span width and weight, because, like, I've got a big head, and my hand, like, I could be like an alien face grabber. Like, I've got really big hands. That's why for me 95 and 100 just works, because I can grip it. Like, I love the frames that are smaller. Like, as in the ones I bought, I love them, but like, it's just, it feels right. Like, if I grab the 100, this is my nice blinged out 100. And of course, for those that were around last week, I do have a nice 100 and, I think that's about 140. So it's still here. I still plan on learning to shoot it. I may even make a couple and have them as a giveaway. That would be interesting, eh? Make it out of like that proper like sex toy latex. So it'd be there'd only be the women, but really there's only a couple of women. Apparently there's more, but just not really in YouTube. Have you noticed for the slingshot stuff, is it just me, or is there a separation of like YouTube and Facebook? It's like the ones on Facebook never really go on YouTube, and the ones on YouTube never really do things on Facebook. Like, there's a little bit of bleed over in the middle, but that seems to be the way it is. Hey, Zach! But see, I've got bright, shiny nails when I do mine. So see, you've got to get the coloured nails, dude. And I bet I'll put money on it, because I know, Zach, you've got kids. I bet you've had your nails painted at least once. I should try and get the penises. Because yeah, I honestly have to start upping my game now. Because it's 3 months away. And yeah, I only shoot 8 meters, so I've really got to up my game. But in all honesty, like for ECS, like, I'm looking forward to going. I probably am going to compete, but I'm just not expecting. Oh, 4 boy, forget that then. Well, I don't know, maybe not. Right, so the weight loss thing. As you know, like last summer I actually started losing weight and wasn't getting too bad. Then Christmas came along and I gained weight back again. So now I'm back onto the, because I'm trying to lose weight before I turn 50, which is November. But what I'm challenging myself for, and I'm not asking for anything, I'm not asking donation or anything. This is my own personal little challenge. That if I can get down to 210, the minute I get to 210, and the only reason I'm saying this is because now I am publicly accountable. When I get to 210, I've got to stay that or below for 7 days. If I do that, I'm going to donate $500 to charity. If I fail and it gets to December 31st, let's say end of the year, and I haven't got to 210, then that charity only gets 250. So the charity wins either way, but everyone's got like something in their life where like that. If you were told, oh, here's money to a charity, what would you give it to? Most people have cancer or whatever it is, RSPCA, like there's something someone will go, yeah, I want it to go there. I've got my own personal one that I'd want it to go to. So that's my push, is to get down to 210. So I'm not setting a date for the 210. Like, let's say I'd done it in 6 months, then they get their money earlier. But that's I'm not saying sponsorship, I'm not anything like that. I'm just purely, I'm making myself publicly accountable for actually doing this. But the reason I said about bands is I was cleaning up a bit, and when I first started with slingshots, I saw everyone was using like there was lots of talk of like the TheraBand Gold. I think it like this was towards like the end of its life, and it was like Gamekeeper John and all that. They were all good, the TheraBand Gold. So me, I looked around and it's like, well, that's really expensive. I'm going to get this other one, and it was called Weber, and it's like a blue. So I got that, thinking that would be good for slingshots. Well, it's, as anyone who's known, if you've bought exercise bands and used them on slingshots, they disintegrate pretty quickly, and so no, they're not good. I think, of course, they're probably made to disintegrate, let's face it. So I found that reel, and there's like loads of it. So my brain is, and I've got to look this up, because they say resistance training is good. So I'm going to use the bands for resistance training. I just don't know how yet. Because I bought, like, I don't know how long it is, but I mean, what do you usually get? Like when you buy like the Omega, does it say on the Omega White? Oh, I got this one here. Right, it says 2 meters. This is just sniper sling. I just grabbed it as the first one in the drawer. So there's 2 meters of that. I would say this thing is probably about 200 something. Yeah, so it's 2 meters. So I would say it's probably about 10 meters. I think I've got of this Weber band material. So now I've got to look up how to like do exercises with bands. I may actually do it live and get the whole latex onesie going. Maybe I'll have a little 2-2 and it'll 1-2 and do all the. You never know. You never know what you're going to get on here. That's why most of you come here. It's like, is he going to say something that's just going to get him cancelled, or? Right. Let me just scroll up a wee bit. Right, so I'm just going to catch up on here. Right, it's a scruffy nerd. Yeah, I'll put a few in the mail. If you've sent me an email, I'll get it later. I'll chuck a couple in the mail to you. And Zen, yeah, as I said, like, just so you're aware, the reason I put my email address down, you might hear people, they say to me Slinginerd, or they refer to me as Slinginerd, and I actually prefer that. But it is actually Slinginerd, like chucking clay, and there was chucking steel, and there was slinging clay. That's where my brain went when I set the channel up. But I do actually prefer Slinginerd, but it's a bit late now, so just all I'm saying is, if you're writing it down from this nice glittery little thing, just make sure you get that I in there, Slinginerd. Excellent show, mate. Has anybody mentioned the knobs? True, it is. I'll send you a photo. Smo says they're trying to pay online before you go. That's what they're working on. I'm fine with that. Must be someone going who can give you a piggyback. I don't think that I got no problem saying my weight now, because it is a problem and it's what I'm working on. So I'm about, last time I went to the doctors it was 263, something like that. And I want to get to 210. 210 is a good weight for me because I'm 6 foot and I've always been like broad shouldered and big boned, so I'm not fat, I'm big boned. Yeah, I can't do Cartman. Zach, I'm out about, just wanted to say hey and give a like. Thank you, Zach. 2 stone 10, you'll be a wafer. Yeah, not 2 stone 10, 210 pounds. So for me, I think a good weight for you, Shades, would be about 12 stone-ish. So anyone who doesn't know, a stone is 14 pounds. So 140, 150, 100... Oh no, that's way better. So about 14 stone would be good for me. See that. I am going to keep shooting workouts with Paul. Sweating to the oldies. I'm going to cry. You want me to push your channel, Shades? I tell you what, my next live, I'm doing another one this weekend. I will push your channel. I'll even do you a nice little glittery thing, yeah? Would you like a glittery thing? I'll do you a glittery thing and I'll leave it up there and we'll pin your channel the next live. I'm going to be doing one either tomorrow or Sunday, but there. I tell you what. There you go. Look, I'll write it. Things falling down. I'm going to write it on my whiteboard now. I'm going to write on my whiteboard, pimp shades. There you go. I've literally written pimp shades on my whiteboard. So the next live, we will. I'll put your channel up. What do you want? The dog's come down. Why are you sniffing my nuts? My nuts have been nowhere. What? How about I strangle you, yeah? There we go. That was the moment that's going to get me cancelled. Right, you'll have to wait. I will let you out later. But yeah, so, and funny enough, Zen, I have joked a few times now. I used to do yoga. I used to do it all the time. I've joked about doing like a slingshot yoga. It's like you could do like the warrior's pose. And for a laugh, I should do one day. Just put like a set of movements together and just like do a whole yoga session. What do you want? Right, give me 10 minutes and then you can go out. See, I'm feeling it. I have asked, so I don't know if anyone else does this, anyone with guns. Oh yeah, for those that are new here, you just say what you want. This is a safe space for offensive people. It's a safe space to say whatever you want. Just don't wear many panties. What was that guy's name who done all the exercise? I think he died just a few years ago. A white guy, but he had like the afro. What was his name? He was on the TV. Richard. Was it Richard? Oh God, what was his name? Someone's gonna know, or someone right now is googling like crazy. You know the guy I mean, wears spandex. Maybe I should like do something like that. A latex tutu. I have plenty of latex. And I have a latex tutu. See, this is the fun thing, because I can make jokes like that. None of you know if I'm serious or not. Simmons, that's it, Richie Simmons. I could do like that, do like exercise. I could find out when Mark does his like Sunday, and half an hour before it'll be like a breakfast workout, so everyone get a sweat going, then you sit down and you can watch and relax and have a coffee. Almost certainly no, because Mark's in a different time zone and it would mean me getting up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Should we go for a pussy? Should we see if I can hit a pussy? I'm going to have to zoom out though, because that zoom in isn't that great for this. So let's go like this. Boom. Right, let's see if we can hit that pussy that's dangling down the bottom. It's looking sorry for itself, really, isn't it? And I'll keep the fun. It's just a little lower energy. Because I can't be high energy all the time, because then we'll get to the special for like Easter. I've already started putting stuff together. We'll get to Easter and it'll just be like, it won't be anything special. It'll just be Paul being Paul. Which is what you get most of the time, but I like to be special on the special, because I did used to ride the special bus, so I know I'm special. And I did. Oh, that's what I was saying about guns. Um, Look at these gun notes. There's definitely none there. I've been asking around, and I found someone locally who does lots of shooting. So I've asked them if I can have their gun cases, the bullet casings, so that I can hang them up and practice like shooting at something small. Because the only other way I could shoot at something small is put a big mirror down the other end and stand here naked. But I'm not a fucking expert, so I won't. Jack LaLanne? Did he die recently then, Al? Oh, look at that! Blast the pussy! That's the next badge or t-shirt I'm doing. Blast the pussy. That should be an interesting one to get an image for that. What are you doing? Are you being a tard? So look, the minute I point the camera at him, he's like still, not doing anything. He's like rolling around, snorting and making weird noises. Motherfucker. I swear at him and say all kinds of what sounds like shitty things to him, but I got it from, if you've ever seen Penn and Teller bullshit, there's a great episode, and I can't remember what it was, but it's near the end, and Penn Jillette, he's got this little dog on his lap, and he's just like stroking it. He's going, "I really hate you. After the show, I'm going to run you over with my car, and then I'll probably back up a couple of times." And like he's talking calmly, and he goes, "I really fucking love you," and the dog like, "Ooh." So I do that. Like I just say weird things to him. He doesn't know. But there he goes again. Look, he's doing weird stuff. Oh, fuck him! I swear he was doing it, and then he stops the minute I do the camera. Motherfucker, aren't ya? Weird bloody dog. But hey, at least I can say I destroyed some pussy on a Friday night. So yeah, that was one of my jokes for those that couldn't handle it, that didn't make it through. One of the big jokes last week was, you know how sportsmen, like they don't have sex on the night before a big tournament or a big game? Well, when I go to ECST, 10 years, you lot are fucked. I'm going for that. Do you see that other little pussy hiding? Fucking little pussy that's hiding behind the paper. It definitely wasn't 15 years ago. Am I bringing it? No. I could maybe, but I've got someone's going to be looking after him, so that he's covered. Like there's definitely no worries about him. He was one of the reasons that. It was one of the minor reasons where I was a bit, can I go, can't I? Because it's like, well, someone to look after the dog. But I do have someone looking after the dog now, but there were other things. They're all sorted. I have a plan and I have a backup plan, so I should be good. Because the thing that made me concerned about going to ECST is that there's no cell coverage. Now, if people in America are saying that, and they're on American, carriers, well, I'm coming from Canada, I'm going to be roaming, so there's like absolutely no chance, and I'd like to be in contact with home. So that was one of the things where I was a little bit about ECST, but once I got one person to sort of help out with that, but then I wanted to get a backup because, you know, some, not people that, oh, not like, oh, they let you down, but something may happen to them and then they can't help out while I'm away, and so I wanted a backup as well to cover for that. As like a lot of you are into like survival and things like that as well, and as you know, the survival saying, one is none, two is one. So for all the stuff I need looked after here, I have two, so that is good. So that is why I'm now preparing to come to ECST. I'm putting in my application for the passport. That apparently only takes 2 weeks in Canada. But I'm going to do that in March. I know that's only a week away, but just tax season and all that. It's like, let's just get taxes and all that out of the way. Then I'll do the passport. So I'll have that way. Like, if I do it the first week of March, I should have it by, let's say, like the 15th. So even 15th, that's still 2 months clear. So I'm good with that. Really, for me to go to ECST, there's 2 things left. Number 1 is the flight. That's online, 10 minutes, I'll have flights. The only other thing, I'm waiting on Adam, Slingshot Down Under, because I've got to check in with him because he's in the UK at the moment, make sure like it's still maybe all in plans, but he was going to rent somewhere or get a place, and then I was going to chip in and stay with him. So that's really the only thing I've got left to sort out. Is somewhere to stay, because of course I can't camp there, because there's no way I'm going to spend about another $500 on bringing a tent with me. The $500 would be for the airport and you know they'd fucking lose it, and then I'd end up having to go to a hotel anyway, so. Still going for that little Heidi pussy. Little Heidi pussy. I shouldn't say that because Heidi's a girl's name, and saying little Heidi pussy, that's going to get me fucking cancelled, isn't it? Please, no one on here, please don't say, oh, my kid's name is Heidi. Right, let me just make sure I'm all caught up. I love gash. Who doesn't? Unless it's bleeding. It's got to be wet though. Smacked it. Road. I think he wants some treats. So Zen, he probably wants to go outside, because before I went live, he was whining and doing all kinds of things. I opened the back door and he just stood there looking at me. So I'm like, fuck yeah, and so I closed it again. I can't leave the door open because it's been snowing here and it's just like wet, and it'll come bring in mud. So yeah, I'm only going to stay probably about another 5 minutes or so anyway, and then I'll let him out. You see, his belly's like mine. He gets treats, way too many. So let me see. Cock-a-doodly-doos. Oh, so Mr. Z, you sent me a measurement. So I'll take a look. I'll mention it in the next live, because I've got a tape measure somewhere, and I'll measure my hand. Let's see, 14 years ago. You're right again. You've actually got the date written down now. January 24th, 2011. I don't know where I'm hitting. See, that was the thing I liked, where I started off upright, that I could actually watch the ammo shoot. Anyone who's never tried upright, like, it's a weird sensation because you actually see like this dot move away from you. So I do definitely want to like head down that path. I'm definitely going to play around with that. But yeah, way shorter bands. So I measured these. So these are the Sniper Sling Yellow, the pre-mades. These are 20 to 12. And when I buy these, I literally just put them straight on. I don't trim them or anything because they literally come perfectly sized. I've got bands here, band material. And Hillbilly sent me, like, one of the frames he sent me has a sniper. Ooh! There's a thought. Which one was it? There we go. So Hillbilly had sent me this with Sniper Sling Black. So there you go, Zen. So here's another one by Hillbilly. This one, if you saw, this was from a couple of weeks ago when Hillbilly was on with Mark, and he just held it up and went, oh, I've got this one, but it's a right hand hold, which is perfect for me because I'm right hand hold and I'm a Billy fan. And I went, I'll take it. But that's another, as you see, I just love that. I love natties as well, and just to, like that, to have a frame that looks made but also looks gnarly and natty-ish and all that, like, I just love it. It's just me. It's just the style I like. Because what drove me to Hillbilly, yeah, and I've got his website down there, so don't forget Hillbilly Slings. Right. Oh, I'll tell you. Right. Give me 1 minute. Oh, Zen, was you on the live last week? Did you see the Barn Billy? That's the one made from the 150-year-old barnwood. Let me know if you didn't see it. I'll run up and I'll grab it because I don't even think I have the heart to shoot it because it looks fucking amazing. But it looks like gnarly and old but yeah, these are why I love the Billies so much. It's a preference, but it's that feel of wood. And again, like my yeah, I wouldn't shoot that one up right. Yeah, oh, definitely not. I'm not even sure if I'm going to shoot it, the Barn Billy, because it's like, I get it. The way I love that Barn Billy, I get it when people say I couldn't handle it if I got a fork hit. Others I've been like, well, if I did like, okay, I'll be upset, but yeah. Oh, that Barn Billy, I'd be heartbroken if I got. Yeah, the Valentine's special, that's when I opened all these from Hillbilly. So the Barn Billy was on that video. You was there, so you saw it, the Barn Billy that came in like that chest box. Oh, that was nice, but I'll have to look back to see what one this is. But he gave me the Sniper Sling Black. I've never tried it, so. That's nice. Holy shit, that's nice. I can't say if that is the latex or the frame or both. But that felt fucking perfect. And I'm doing a pinch grip on it. I'm a brace grip, but that pinch grip kind of works. That is. It could be like, and also probably cut the bands. That worked perfectly for like my draw length. It's like I literally at the I don't know how you pronounce it, Tigris. When my knuckle is there, so I go knuckle to that bit. It's there. So I do like that. When I pulled this, I couldn't go any further. Like a centimetre, something like that. That was its full stretch. I see an order for some Sniper Sling Black on the way. But I'll have to measure that because this is obviously a lot smaller. But this is nice. So I'll have to, what I'll do, I'll cut up some bands. I'll put a different band set on here over the weekend. And then we can see if it's the frame, the bands or both. But also remember to look out for the next live, because this camera is going to be, somehow I'm going to get it in the box, or maybe just off to the side looking in the box. I'll have to play around, but there'll be a whole new view to look forward to. Holy shit, that feels so good. It smells burnt as well. You know that good burnt wood smell? Not like a fire pit kind of burnt wood, but like that, I don't know what you call it. What's where they do the artwork when they're burning stuff? Hey, Smo, how you doing? So you're coming to my channel. Now I can actually verbally say it, because I don't know if you listen to Marilyn Manson, but whenever I join your channel, straight away in my head it's "We're all stars now in the Smo Show." Making pork chops. See, Smo, I could probably learn a lot from you in ECST if you're going, because aren't you like a fitnessy kind of person? Like, didn't you do like weightlifting and stuff? Because I was just talking about like that I need to lose the weight, and I've got an old set of bands, but not bands, like those Weber TheraBand kind of bands. So I want to try and use those. So I may pick it, if you know anything about that, I may pick your brain. Alright, okay, so you do know then. Because I wasn't sure. Every time I say, I know you read it sometimes in your channel, but it's like, does he know Marilyn Manson? Like, is it playing in his head? So it's good to know that when I say it, that you are playing that music in your head. So I just started shooting this one. This one was from Billy that he sent me last week. And I'm trying the Sniper Sling Black. And as I was just, I don't know what you heard, Smo, just before you arrived, but I was saying, like, holy shit, this feels great. I only started really in the community like May, June last year, so I wasn't around for the old Sniper Sling Black that apparently was bad. But Hillbilly left this on there, and oh man, it feels good. But the frame does as well, and I like the frame. The frame is like, it smells all burny. Oh, that's what I was saying before I noticed that you'd come in. I was trying to think, like, there's a name for it, like where you get those special, like, soldering iron kind of thing that you draw, like you burn into wood. I was trying to think what that's called, but I can't remember. But yes, I did see you were doing ECST like questions, so that's why I wasn't there. I'd already scheduled this, but I will be going back and I'll probably watch that later tonight, or in a little bit, because I'm probably gonna, I won't be on here much longer, and then I'll make a cup of tea, grab something healthy, honest, and then I'll have a cup of tea and I'll watch it. I think I hit the pussy. I'm pretty sure I hit the pussy. Can you see? Ready for it? Can you see all the pussy dust behind it? Hey, Patrick, wood burner. No, there's an actual name for it. Like, it looks like kind of like a Dremel or a soldering iron, but it's purely designed for like drawing and writing on wood, and it burns into it. There is a proper name for it, I just can't think what it is. But yeah, see, have a look at the top, above that target, see what it does? Fucking pussy dust I've got. He came, not literally, he destroyed that pussy. Why wasn't I shooting like this last week? I think as some people say, like when you're live, it's a different experience of shooting. Like when I come down here, because I work from home, because I do like IT computery things, so I work from home most of the time. So when I come down here at lunchtimes just to shoot for like 10 minutes, it's so much different. But like when you go live, it's like you're being watched. I don't know like what you lot are like, if you like being watched or not. It's none of my business. Wow, this feels really good. Really fucking good. Why did I not do this sooner? Well, I didn't do it sooner because I never had this frame and these bands, but that's answer number one. Captain Obvious. But I meant cut it down to like this. I've got to measure this and like do band. This is, as you see, I'm mixing my words, which is unlike me. Right, let's just, I know Singer, 3 different, AK Velocity, Sniper Sling Black, Jin Poo. Al, there was one live and I was trying to remember the name of it and I said, oh, it's like an Asian kind of sounding, Jin Poo, that was it. Dude, weight loss is about controlling what you eat. Got to figure out how to keep track of all your food intake. Yeah, so I did do, funny enough, I did do intermittent fasting when COVID first started, and I dropped like 30 pounds in 2 months because I was doing a 24. I was only eating between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. Oh, I felt great. Every now and again I'd do a Buddha fast and like fast for 2 to 3 days. Felt amazing, but I'm struggling getting back into that. And I did do it last year, but then Christmas hit and just, yeah, it was all over. I got sick in December as well, so that didn't help. But yeah, it's my fault. Like I'm accountable. When I fuck up, I'll admit it. Yeah, so it was me, and then I let myself go. I didn't get back into the swing, but now I'm gonna try and really push myself. Because as you've joined now, like, just in case you don't go back, the reason I mentioned it on here is I'm making myself publicly accountable for losing weight. And so what I've said is, I'm at about 263. 210 is a good weight for me, because I'm 6 foot, always been broad boned and etc. So 210 is good. So what I've said is, when I get to 210, if I can stay at that or below for 7 days, I'll give $500 to charity. If I fail and I don't do that by December 31st, then the charity only gets $250. So the charity wins either way. But for me, it's one that's really close to my heart and affecting people in my family. So that's something. I'm not doing sponsors, donate, and nothing like that. I'm not asking for anything. This is purely my challenge for me to get healthy, fit, lose weight, and that extra little push is for me to make as much money from my own pocket for a charity. But just to be clear, let's say I get to 210 on December 31st. That is not a fail. That still counts to do the 7 days, because it's getting the weight off but keeping it off. So I want to make sure that I can keep it off for a week. Then, so let's say December 31st, I'm at 210. On January the 6th, I would weigh myself again, and if I'm 210 or less, then $500 goes to a charity. Again, not asking for anything. No, not anything like that. I'm just making myself publicly accountable for that. So when I fail, you can all laugh at me, and feel free to tease. I'm fine with fat shaming, by the way, because it helps. The last time I lost loads of weight, it was because I had friends and people around me going, you look like shit, like lose some weight, get up, get active, like, because I had that and I done it. And then because I never had that, like the tail end of last year, my own fault, I'm not blaming anyone, but yeah, I sat down a lot. Doesn't help working in IT, because you sit down a lot. Oh, I don't know what I hit then, but so yeah, Smo. So if you can give me any hints at all, like, I'll have to catch on your next live or something, or I'll message you somehow. Any, if you're willing, any help, advice you can give me, like on using those bands. Like, no, it's not the TerraBand Gold. They're called Weber, the brand, and they're blue. But I've got, it looks like maybe 10 meters roll of it. So, absolutely any help, advice, anyone, like any help I can get, I will happily listen. And I know there's that. Well, just go on Google and write like band exercise, blah blah blah. But the issue is that it's finding good. Because yeah, I could go on fucking Google now and what a good band exercise is. I'm going to get 50 different opinions. So I'd rather go with someone that I know, trust, and I know is knowledgeable and all that, rather than someone off the internet. And not to say they're wrong, but there's a lot of people that are wrong on the internet. I'm going by my own experience because so the tech I do is very like setting up servers, it's programming, like lots of real tech stuff. So I know when I look at like YouTube videos about people talking about tech and like security, encryption and all that, and I've just like been banging my head against the desk going, what the fuck is this person even saying? Like they don't even know what they're talking about. So I'm going on that. So I'd like to know a good one. So all diets work if you can stick to them, and I agree, Smo, 100%, because the intermittent fasting worked so well. The mistake I made is exactly what you're pointing out, is that I reverted back to my old ways. What I need to do now is do the intermittent fasting, but it needs to be my lifestyle now. And that's what I'm going for. Right, so Zen, so 16.8, I did do a few days at 16.8, but I'm not someone who eats all the time. I'm not like a picker of food and things like that. I'm someone who will just like load up with the food just naturally. I know they call that is it the nomad? Well, so the one meal a day. I've been fine with that throughout my life. Like sometimes I'll snack here and there, but I'm quite happy to do the one meal thing. So that's why the 24 was okay for me. As long, I found what worked as long as I load up with water. Like the night before, so like tonight I'm going to drink loads of water and put some apple cider vinegar in there and stuff like that. Right, so eat lean protein often. So that I'm not very good at. That's one of the things I will have to do. Don't drink calories. So I do have one of those flavour things for the water, but it's by Vega. So it's like there's no sugar or anything like that in here. So you do add that, so I do have that. But apparently there's no calories because it said it's good for fasting. It doesn't break your fast, so there's no sugar or anything like that in it. Do lots of walking. That I do have planned. I'm trying to do an hour a day. One good thing, like I'm really good with walking because I've got a treadmill if I've got something to watch or listen to. And I only noticed the other day, I don't know how long they've been doing it, but Spotify, they now do audiobooks. Not like brand new ones, but if you pay for your Spotify, you get like all these books. And so I found a few books that I actually had paperback from like decades ago that I haven't ever read. So I've started lining those up and listening to those. So I'm killing two birds with one stone, listening to books I wanted to read, and I'm trying to do 1 hour a day on the treadmill. Try to find a form of hard exercise. Track your calories and adjust. So the calories, yeah, I'm pretty good with the counting calories thing because I bullet journal. I know, shocker. So I'm pretty good with that. The hard exercise, I'll figure that one out. And I mean, I'll take in any suggestions you've got. My only health things that limit me is I've got a fucked up neck. Like I said near the start of the video, like it's not like oh terrible, but about 3 or 4 times, it depends how it's going, 3 or 4 times a year I get cortisone injections in my neck to stop pain, and I get physio as well. So I could certainly like say to them, well, I need something. But just while I am remembering, I do appreciate it, Jordan. Like all those tips, I will go back and I'll start scribbling them down and making notes. Although I'll have to do it tomorrow, because I don't know if anyone's noticed this, but when you do a live, if you do the chat right after, if you play it back right after, you can't see the chat. It's usually about 24 hours before the chat appears. So I will go back and I will note all that down. Right, I believe Abraham Lincoln once quoted, "What you read on the internet is not always true." Fasting is very necessary, at least 7 days in the month. Yeah, I found that, like as I said, like at the beginning of COVID, like it was funny because it was a complete reverse. Like loads of people going, "Oh, I'm putting on weight, COVID, and blah blah blah." I was like fucking rocking it. And I'm one of those, because I'm an introvert. I know it's shocker, but like I do great in small groups and things. But because I'm an introvert, like COVID was the best fucking time ever for me, because like I don't have to go outside, I don't have to go to work. I can literally get out of bed, sit down in my chair, and that's my job. Like, it was fucking heaven. And then I was like going out, walking the dog. I was like having the time of my life. So yeah, I done really good. It's post-COVID. We need another pandemic for me to lose weight. Come on, start sneezing. If you see someone sick, just stick your finger up their nose, then up yours. Like, let's get this thing going. I need to get healthy. Right, Paul, while shooting your slingshot, take 10 shots, then do 2 push-ups. Take 2 sit-ups. I like that. That's actually a really good idea. That's a very good idea. What I could, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll play around with that. Maybe what I'll do is like I target things and figure out a way of doing it, but say something like every time I miss, I do 2 sit-ups. Something like that. But yeah, I like that. I like that idea. Killed that pussy. Now most of it, replace some fruits. Yeah, I am trying to eat more lentils. So I was vegetarian for quite a while, and then I went back to meat. I am considering vegetarian again. I don't fast for weight loss because I'm too skinny. I naturally intermittent fast. That's just how my body works. I get that, Zen, because like, as I said, like I've never ever ate breakfast. Like I can't say never ever. Like there are odd times. Like last Monday was a holiday here in Canada, so me and my kid we went out to IHOP for breakfast. It's not like never ever, but other than like weird special occasion things, I never eat in the morning. I can see letters, and sorry for that, guys. 3-day water fast is very good. I clipped that penis, the one below the target. I'm actually looking forward to it. Tomorrow, it's gonna, as I say, it's gonna look a lot better. I don't know how I'm going to move all these screens around, but it's going to be forwards, it's going to be the catch box that you see, and something inside the box, like some better view than the back of my head, which is too dark anyway. So yeah, I want to make use of this camera some other way. Right, so I'm going to do 3 more shots. Let's see if I can... Let's destroy a penis in the 3 shots. I'm faking it. I'm just trying to get the fear of death like into Smo, to think like he's going to lose against me. I'm hustling. See, I can't see. So final one. This should be the final one, because yeah, then I'm going to go and have a cup of tea and I'm going to go and watch Smo's video from earlier. Oh well, ghosted the page target. Right, I'm going to leave it there for tonight, because yeah, my throat's dry, but I will do another live. I'm going to band up all of the stuff that I got last week, even Al's ones. Everything will be banded up hopefully, and I'll do a live probably Sunday afternoonish. Maybe tomorrow. I'll see how things go. But thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for the advice as well. I will go back and I'll make notes and start working on this. So thank you everyone. Have a good Friday night, whatever you're doing, and I'll see you on the next one.